Have you ever looked in the mirror after being outside in the cold and noticed something strange? Your nose is red. Maybe your cheeks are red too, but your nose seems to be taking most of the blame. Why? Why does your nose turn red when you're cold? And if your body is trying to stay warm, why would it make your nose look like a tiny red beacon? The answer has to do with blood vessels, heat conservation, and your body's priorities. When you're exposed to cold air, your body immediately starts trying to protect your core temperature. Your brain doesn't care very much about keeping your nose warm. It cares about keeping your heart, brain, and other vital organs warm. So your body begins reducing blood flow to parts of the skin. The tiny blood vessels near the surface of your skin become narrower. This is called vasoconstriction. Think of these blood vessels like tiny pipes. When you're warm, they're relatively open. Blood can flow closer to the surface of your skin. That allows your body to release heat. But when you're cold, the vessels narrow. Less warm blood reaches the skin, and less heat escapes into the environment. It's one of your body's ways of conserving heat. So why does your nose still turn red? Because your nose is a little unusual. It's an exposed part of your body. It has relatively little insulation compared with areas covered by clothing, and it's constantly exposed to cold air. So its blood vessels are repeatedly adjusting to changes in temperature. Here's where things get interesting. Cold doesn't simply cause the blood vessels in your nose to stay closed. After prolonged cold exposure, the small blood vessels can periodically dilate or widen again. This is part of a phenomenon called cold-induced vasodilation. Warm blood suddenly flows closer to the skin, and because blood is visible through the relatively thin skin of the nose, your nose can look red. So the redness isn't necessarily because your body is sending more blood to your nose from the beginning. It's partly the result of your blood vessels constantly adjusting. Narrow, widen, narrow, widen. Your body is balancing two competing goals: save heat, but also protect the tissues from becoming too cold. You can see a similar effect in your fingers. Have you ever noticed your fingers becoming pale when you're outside in winter? That's largely because blood flow near the skin has been reduced. Then, when your hands begin warming up, they can become red. Sometimes they may even feel warm, tingly, or uncomfortable. That's because blood flow is changing again. Your nose is going through its own version of this process. And there's a bigger lesson here. Your body doesn't treat every part of you equally.